Hey guys, welcome back to the Fish Workshop. We're diving into some old content that I have had, just haven't got a chance to get it put together, so it's been a little bit easier just to work on videos because a couple different reasons. One, we got a lot going on with the house, and then two, if you can see the steel walls behind me, this place isn't insulated yet, so it doesn't stay very comfortable in the summer, and we've been having heat indexes over 100 for this week, so it's been rough. It is almost midnight, so it's almost comfortable out here tonight. So this one was recorded a while ago, so just trying to get back through some of my old content and get it put together for you and get a little bit closer to getting things going here. The new house has been a long project. We've got a lot going on here, and so that's been priority over a lot of the other stuff, but trying to get back into putting some content together for you guys, getting better at the video editing and all that stuff. So see if this fishing excursion was worthwhile. So come along and let's get into it. Well, hello guys. Got us another project to tinker with. Picked this one up on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Honda EM 2500. Wills, I'm guessing, was the guy that last owned it. Haven't done anything with it. The post said he had a couple generators he took in on trade. Wasn't sure anything about them, never used them. Appears sat outside the whole time, so I'm just kind of giving a cursory look over, seeing what we see. He said they were both messed up on the pull starter. This one, the string broke. The other one, I never got a real detailed list on. So this is the base of it. It's got a little reflection because there is a little bit of liquid in there. It smells pretty decent, so we might be lucky. Did have a little bit of curiosity. Well, that's the pickup filter on the tank. Let's see if we see anything else good. Looks like there's a little bit of corrosion or rust. I think that's the top half of the tank that you're seeing there. So all in all, not horrible considering what on the top of it looks. I mean, look at this thing. Looks like it's got pretty good cover. You can see a little bit in there. But again, yeah, the fuel gauge here. Well, the red's all the way over there on the side, so I think it says empty. I'll have to clean it off to be able to tell, but inside is actually not all that horrible, so take that as a W. Hi Sophie, what are you doing? Let's see. I did make sure she wasn't froze up. And you can hear some compression, so she keeps catching every now and then as compression goes up, so we got that. Well, it's in there. It's not over full. Smells a little funky, but it doesn't look all that dirty. So we will poke around a little bit at this and see what we see, but starting off like there's a chance. And the Hondas are pretty high-end equipment, so usually they have good resale value, and they tend to work a lot longer than most stuff. So let's check the air box. Where's the... So no filter in the air box. That's a bit of a disappointment, but doesn't look too darn bad, so we may luck out there, but we'll see. I'm gonna get you set in the stand, and we'll poke around a little bit at it, try to get the recoil, and try to see if we can get the spark plug out, put some gas in there, and just see if it kicks over on us. I may not be able to get to that without getting that tank off, but if we got a functional machine, it'll be a nice one to clean up and make it look nice again, and see what kind of resale we can get out of it. So I'll get you set up and we'll start poking around. First thing is the recoil. I'm gonna get this old one out of the way. See if we can't get a fresh one in here. Make sure the spring is still good. All right. Make this happen. The easiest way to do it is to wind it and then line up your pull string slot with your hole from the housing, and then just try to fish it through and get a nice little knot tied into it. So we're about 5 pulls in. One of the easy ways to kind of lock it in place, just some kind of a screwdriver or slotted component through there, and just kind of rest it in there, and the tension will hold it in there. All you got to do, just make sure you don't break any of those little plastic pieces off the flywheel, because you don't want that. And then you just kind of got to fish it in and finagle it until you see it poke through. And just get yourself a nice little knot. I always give it just a little bit of heat once I do it. Kind of like Loctite for nylon. Makes it so the knot can't come undone. Doesn't need too much, just a little bit. Usually just wait till it gets a little bit of color. And then I just make sure that I'm going to snip that extra end off, because I don't want that in the way. Alright, now once you got that, kind of go, let it in, just see how much it takes to fill her up. And that's about where it doesn't have any tension, but I think we could put some more rope on there. So what you can do, get you a little pick or a hook, some of these cheapy ones from Harbor Freight. What you do, just pull yourself a little loop, and then take and run. Oh, that's where you need to do it. They even give us a little slot for it. That's beautiful. So put it in there, and all you got to do is spin it around. It gives you one more thing of tension. And if you need more, you do it again. We might need one more. Alright. It's got pretty good tension there. I will go ahead and block this with my screwdriver again just so it doesn't take off on me. And we'll cut it long so we have enough to mess with. Something I like to use is a little nut or a little bolt or a washer. Something that'll fit in there but will keep the string from pulling through the handle. I've had it a number of times where it likes to pull through the handle. So. Something that don't cost much at all, like a little washer or a nut. This will be easier if you melt these. It's hot, just kind of feather it so it's not so fat and obnoxious. Alright. Ourselves a little nut conglomeration there. Try to keep it from pulling itself out. Where'd my lighter go? I just had it. Dropped it on the floor. That's why. So again, just give it a little bit of heat. Kind of help everything lock together. Just don't give it too much because I have melted these to where they break as soon as you touch them, but it's a little bit of heat to help it melt together, and then I just let it slide up in here. And it doesn't protrude, not in the way, and now we have a functional pull starter for it. So there's threaded holes there for it, but no hardware, so I have to fiddle through my hardware and see what if I got something that fits with it. Alrighty, well, I've got something that'll work. It'll thread in, but it is just a wee bit too long. Come on, just start. So if I get it all the way in there, it'll interfere with the flywheel. So, need to shorten them down probably about halfway. Fit through, they have enough to catch, nothing too much. So, alright, let's see here. The easiest way to start it would be this way, probably, right? Alright. Well, that's where we're going to be. We have functioning pull start. And let's see if we can throw my tester in here. Turn that light off. See that? So, see if we have spark. Switch is on. Yes, yes we do. Let's make sure we're not gonna get a bunch of crap in there. Let's blow that spark plug hole out because I can't see it at all. This thing is a pain in the batute. Well, let's see what you see here. It's a little gross. Not too wet. It does have a little bit of oil on it, so take a wire brush and clean that up a little bit real quick. All right. See if you can see that. Just looks a little bit better. A little less oily. Going to just throw a little 2-stroke down in there. Maybe a little more than a wee bit, but that's okay. I need it to be tight, just snug. Just enough to test you. Alright. Let's see what she does. Well, no power yet. It didn't get up to full speed though. Throw the choke on again. Okay. That's still pretty darn beautiful to see. I mean, that engine sounded real nice and quiet. Puttered up. I don't think it got up to speed enough to check the voltage, so not super worried about that, but so I want to pop that off. Get into that carb, see what the carb looks like.
Baby, you give me ice and fire.
There, so that's that. Allow this guy to come off. Clip for the fuel line there. Pivots around. Heavy duty. I wonder if that thing's seems to be metal. Let's see what you can see. Not too shabby. Just looking at it. Doesn't look horrible. Fuel was open, like I said, so let's see if anything comes out of it. Ooh. Let's bump you down just a hair. Oh yeah. Looks like honey or motor oil. You know, some of the good stuff. Oh. You smell that down in there? That's the good stuff. Ooh, not even seized to the engine. Let's take a picture of where everything is. Oh yeah? It's not gonna let me pull it off without pulling the studs. So to pull the studs, I'm going to double nut it. Well, I probably want to do these the other way. These are not going to be easy because they are flange nuts. Those two seem pretty skinny. That one still won't do it. There, just a second. Alright, let's see if she fits in there a little bit better. Amazing. Here, let's do that one. Let's tighten that one down. There we go. Alright. Now a wrench, another wrench. Alright. Let's see if this will do. Alright. Oh. That's interesting to know. If you can, let me see. There we go. So yeah, it's broken off right there. So governor spring will be a number 1. Let's go back wide, sorry. Had to try to get you to see it. Could be failure point for it. Let me grab a couple of towels before we crack this thing open. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, not the worst ever. It's a little bit down around that drain, but really, I bet it could have run on the carburetor, probably not on the fuel. Wow. Didn't even really wiggle it. Just blew on it and the bowl pin fell right out. I wonder if the float's stuck, because I can't blow through that. Nope. Okay. Well, it was tasty. Alright. I'll take the carb over and autopsy it, but ooh. Let's see if you can see that. Something going on in there. Yeah, there's a little bubble of water down at the bottom. Yeah, it's the difference in color. That's where the water is down, where it's a lot lighter. And then that old fuel is pretty darn dark. So yeah, we'll have to do a little bit to the tank, but not too horribly much. So we got the bowl. Carb itself, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that gasket off without damaging it. Let's go ahead and get the float and the needle. It's one of the spring-loaded guys. So the spring, push on the needle, slide up. I don't think that's going to need cleaned. That all seems to be plastic and rubber, so I will just clean that up with a cloth. I don't want to damage it. I don't know if that's the one. I had one that I had the side shaved off. Main jet out, and emulsion tube. Alright, well, let's see if these are clear. And that one's going to go, I don't know, let's find out. Okay, so it does come out the top there. Where does that one just heads off? Where does the fuel go? Ooh. Did you see all that crap that came out? Look at this crap. See all these chunks? I don't think fuel is going to be getting into there. Woo. So that comes out there somewhere. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I think all the passages are going to be good to go. I do not think I'm going to be able to get this gasket off, but let's see if I can get up under it. I just don't want to rip it. Really careful with the knife because I don't want to make any gouges. Oh no! Wheel. She gone. Always goes easy after you make one rip. Like, oh yeah, if you just survived that section, you'd have had it all. Alright, well, at least being a Honda, it should be really easy to get a carb kit for it. Through the emulsion tube. Yeah, I actually see quite a few that look blocked. Looks better now. And then the jet. I mean, a little bit. You won't be able to see, I don't think. Like you can see some light through it. I don't know if you can. There's a little bit. I can see better now. Alright. Alright, well, I will go ahead and get this guy through the ultrasonic, just kind of clean off some of that exterior stuff. Since I got to get a carb kit for those two things. I don't know if that's supposed to go in there, but it won't be too hard on it. So this is not going to be anything crazy, but we're going to go through and do a little bit of fast forward cleaning on this as the ultrasonic cleaner finally gets started. It hasn't run for a while. It doesn't make the staticky noise very quick, so figured I'd give you the rundown while waiting for that to kick on. But we're going to try to get some of this surface grime off of this so we can get a better idea what we have, where everything's at. If everything's good, I am planning to repaint the frame, and then we'll see how the red cleans up. I might have to repaint that. It does have said that dent up there, so. Well, the ultrasonic's kicking on, so we're gonna kick on and start wiping things up. call soup done. Why? Because I want to see the potential of this thing tonight. I know it's not going to be perfect, but if it's better than it was and has a chance to run, I at least want to see if it can do power. I need it to run a little bit longer than 3 seconds to see if it's going to have any kind of power. Still far from beautiful, but all we really care about is the inside of it right now. We'll clean up the outside later. Alright, so that's all now. Quite a bit cleaner. It's the emulsion tube. Let's see if you can see. Yep, you can see there's light through there, so. You can hardly see it, but there is light through there. Let's try it now. There you can see it. Might have been a little bit of gunk still. Alright. We're not expecting perfection. I am going to order a carb kit for it. But I want to see if it'll run for us. So, to do that, I need to put it back together. Alright. Needle and seat works. Hooray! That's, one victory. We're gonna put this crappy gasket back on here just cause I want to see what it does. That's the one. Oh, that one's not even important right now anyway. That's the one for the air box. And we're not gonna have the air box on there. So these guys go through that way. Alright, let's get reset. Let's get this guy installed and see if we can make this happen. Alright, so here is that governor spring. I'm going to see if I have something similar, at least to try to get it to somewhat govern itself. I have a few over here from a couple different engines. Ooh. I don't know how much longer the old one was. But these two are roughly the same size. This one has a little less length of coil than this one, and a little bit weaker. But I just need something that'll let me see if it's somewhat okay. Can't see what is or isn't supposed to be a spot on there for that to go. Let's see if I can get. Hey. That looks like a spot for a spring to go. Sure. All right, let's do it. Let's. I'm gonna put the carburetor up here. No idea it's even close to the right. Governor spring, but any governor spring is better than zero governor spring, am I right? I think I'm right. Alright. One of these on each side, just as a spacer. I'm not trying to completely redo it or put it back perfect. I'm just trying to make sure we can test it. Alright. Let's get us a little bit of fuel hose. See if we can make this guy go. Alright. Now, zip tie. Alright. We're going to see how this works. Alright. Well, looks like it overflowed, so we'll give her a go. See what happens. I was all off fuel from this guy. Let's see. We can just rest you like that. Where do I see smoke? Probably just the exhaust smoke, okay. I just see a little bit of smoke. Alright. Try it again. probably ran out of gas. That's not a great gas can, but she works. Well, boys and girls, it's a heck of a spot to leave it for tonight. I know I need to get a carb kit, at least a gasket kit for it. I don't want to leave those ones on there. Power head makes power. Switches all seem to do what they're supposed to. I do need to check and make sure both outlets make power. But the dials on the side were triggering. Yeah, really just need to clean up some things. Give it a fresh paint on the frame. Clean up that tank. And make sure the petcock isn't ruined or anything. If it is, just get a new one. But this thing was a heck of a deal for what I paid for it. So, pretty happy. Pretty happy. Gonna get some parts ordered. Hopefully when they come in, get this thing back together all nice and clean. I'll clean up some stuff, throw some paint on some stuff, but I think the tank's gonna be the only major piece of this thing left. Pretty happy that this one turned out to be a pretty straightforward process. Bad fuel in the carb, a broken pull string, and then a dirty tank. I mean, it's not real dirty, but there's a little bit. And then just cosmetics. Clean up the exterior of the system, make it look nice, and put her back together. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll bring you back when we get back to it, but that's gonna be it for tonight. Carl? What text message? Really? I don't know. I think he means he got the documents. Did you? I think he means he got the documents because did you see my message?
What message?
Sorry, that got confusing. We were both trying to sign at the same time and it kept glitching. Should be all signed and delivered now. Thank you. His reply was got it. So I believe that is just in relation to the document. So. I'm sorry, babe. I know. There's a lot going on. Just come along while we dig into this thing, and let's see if we can get it running and see if it's worthwhile for us. The hell was that? It's a really big bug. I have to cut and chop and chop and cut. It is what it is.